Well,
Receipts. I
no,
still
more
have the
people know.
receipts. Yvette, no, I got the receipts. And now, if I don't get Kelly rolling because I say this about, then it's gonna be a problem. Then I'm putting out receipts. The receipts I just told you about, then I'll put those out.
Recently was on his podcast, was speaking on how he has information on Beyonce and how he'll use it if he does not get what he wants to be some form of like extortion. Which, honey, can we get him in the slammer? Because at this point, he's just a nuisance to the industry. I feel like he is very entitled and he feel like people owes him something.
Also, it looks like is not a fan of Mr. Jason Lee threatening her Bix's Beyond, and she is now coming out to threaten Jason into silence. If he dares to speak on B once, Jason recently came under fire for threatening to spill some messy tea on Beyonce unless Beyonce forces Kelly Rowling to appear. On his talk show, well, we all know that Solange does not play about her sister Beyonce, and the streets are saying that she is threatening to end Jason's career if he doesn't back off. Okay, so y'all need to come on in the room because it's definitely time.
So Jason Lee threatened Beyonce or Beyonce's team and her PR person.
Allegedly.
He's alleging he has receipts on them. He's upset because he didn't get invited to the Renaissance premiere, and I'm like, okay. He's claiming to be connected, and I'm like, if you were connected, you wouldn't be mad about it. And you wouldn't try to blackmail Beyonce, now would you?
So Jason Lee recently found himself on the wrong side of the beehive when he came out to allegedly threaten Beyonce and blackmail her. Well, as it turns out, the beehive aren't the only people that he pissed off because Beyonce's baby sister Solange is also furious at him. And if there is something that you do not want to do is annoy Solange, cause listen, even Jay-Z knows better than to get on Solange's bad side because he allegedly caught the better side of her fist and she will F anybody up Solange. Oh, play about her big sis, and it looks like Jason is about to find out the whore way. Okay, so a couple of days ago, Jason went viral on social media after he made some very mean comments about Beyonce. And listen, from the way he was going on and on about her, you would think that he may move to purposely ruin his life, his career, or anything like that now. Instead, the reason he got all up in his feelings was that Beyonce didn't invite him to the premiere of her Renaissance movie, and he was so sick Luty about it because he thought that he deserved to be invited more than anybody else. Delusional, but he claimed that he and Beyonce have been friends for years, and I'm not going to lie, I kind of doubt that because we all know that Beyonce chooses her friends very carefully, and I just don't see a world where Jason is ever going to make it into her inner circle. But I mean, everybody knows that Jason can't keep his mouth shut even if his life depended on it. He can't hold water. He just has to spill tea on everybody he knows, even those he calls his friends. He also claimed that he should have been invited because he spent more than 40,000 racks on tickets and Renaissance merch for himself, his friend, and his family, and it was unfair of Beyonce not to give him a personal invite to the premiere. But not only that, he also tried to say that Beyonce is anti-black for not inviting a lot of black influencers to the event. Well, it's the full entitlement for me talking about he spent 40,000 like he donated to her for free. Listen, he willingly chose to spend that money on shows and Beyonce killed the Renaissance. So I don't understand why he feels that he earned him a spot at the premiere. Jason, sit you behind down somewhere. But anyways, I also found the anti-black comment very interesting because on the day of the premiere, people were talking about and saying all kinds of stuff, how Beyonce once was bleaching her skin and now she looks way lighter than she usually does and all kinds of stuff. So there were already some comments about how Beyonce was anti-black, and it got so bad that her mama Tina had to address the comments. And when Miss Tina speaks, you'll better know she about to read people for filth and you better listen up. She said she does a film called The Renaissance where the whole theme is silver with silver hair, a silver carpet, and a suggested silver attire. And you bozos decide that she's trying to be a white woman and is bleaching her skin does she wore silver hair to match her silver dress as a fashion statement clown. This girl minds her own business. She helps people whenever she can. She lifts up and promotes black women and underdogs all the time. So when Jason went on and on about how Beyonce was anti-black by not inviting black people to the premiere, you'll better believe that man knew what he was doing, and to prove that he had the tea on Beyonce, he covered his mouth and spilled the tea to tap. other people in the room with him, but he bleeped it out so we wouldn't hear.
Tell them while Johnny puts a beep over this part of the show, so you'll never know what it is, but I want you to see their reactions, and I'm going to do it right now. We're friends in the game. We support each other. We help each other out. Can you imagine had I put that on Hollywood?
And Beyonce were still friends and that they supported each other in the game. We're friends in the game. We support each other. We help each other out. Can you imagine had I put that on Hollywood again? It goes to show you what he truly considers to be a friendship, because a true friend would never say that about their friend. But anyways, he seems to be alone in this friendship because Beyonce has never even acknowledged him, and the only time they ever seem to be in the same place at an industry event was where he is probably on the press list or something like that. Yo, listen, remember this video that went viral a while ago of him walking up to Beyonce at an event, and she ran the other way? Yeah, Be about sums up their friendship. It doesn't exactly look like an interaction between friends to me. But anyway, he then went on to claim that he had receipts to back up his claims, and he was going to release it unless Beyonce convinced Kelly Rowland to come on his show and have an interview. But I'm not this man trying to blackmail Beyonce v. Beyonce, but why you about wild crazy?
I got the receipts. I still have the receipts. Yvette, no, I got the receipts. I got them.
She needs to know.
And I think people like her publicist, who I love, and I'm just being critical. That's just what I do. You know that, Yvette. We're trying to book Kelly Rowland right now. Now, if I don't get Kelly Rowland because I say this about, then it's gonna be a problem. Then I'm putting out receipts. The receipts I just told you about, then I'll put those out.
The fires that will come of that.
I ain't worried. I ain't going nowhere. I'm telling you right now, I'm not playing this industry game.
My question is, what makes you think that Beyonce is going to control Kelly Rowland? She's not her manager also after all this. Why you think Kelly Rowland is going to come on your show after you talking about her girl like that? So he wants Kelly Rowland in exchange for keeping his mouth shut. But there are so many things that are just completely wrong with this, starting with the fact that he can't seem to understand that this sort of behavior is exactly why Beyonce wouldn't want him in her circle, because we all know that Beyonce is one of the most private celebs out there, and like her mama said, she minds her business and does her thing. Jason, on the other hand, is known for being messy as F. So I'm not going to lie, he is kind of entertaining and he also actually is a good talk show host, but he very messy, and Beyonce doesn't align herself with things like that. There are also a lot of celebs who would love to come on his podcast because that's the sort of thing that they brands are built on, but Beyonce, and even Kelly Rowland are not that. And Jason either doesn't understand this or he doesn't want to accept it. Plus, he is known for being extra petty and mean when other shows apart from his get high-profile CBs, and he doesn't. It was only a couple of days ago that he was getting dragged for filth because he called Jennifer Hudson illiterate. Jason desperately wanted Jenny May on his show to talk about her divorce from Jeezy, but Jenny decided to go on Jennifer Hudson's show instead. Ian and Jason got his little itty-bitty feelings hurt over this, and he shaded Jennifer, calling her illiterate.